yes, you can make new friends. I've made more friends in my 30s than I did in my 20s. Granted, there were friends in my 20s, university, you meet a lot of people, right? But like most of them didn't last after university. After you're no longer in the same close vicinity, you just lose touch with most people. So how did I make more friends in my 30s than in my 20s that I'm seeing again and again? Some of them not as often as others, but I still meet up with them still, even years after meeting them for the first time in my 30s. I am 34 years old. I'm an unemployed 34-year-old, and yet I am more socially satisfied now than I was after university. Definitely after university. I was so isolated after university. But even during university, you hang out with those people because you're close in proximity, but at least for me, being in electrical engineering, I only kept in touch with one classmate that I still keep in touch with and meet up once in a while. So university didn't have that many lasting relationships for me, as you can see. And I'm gonna tell you the story of how I turned things around in my 30s. And it is 5:30 p.m. on January 2nd today, so it is a Thursday. And I'm going to eat some rice cake that my mom got from a friend for dinner. And let's dive into my how I made friends story. This is pretty good. So I remember it was, well, if I'm gonna go into a bit of more detail about my life, my 30s started off bad. I was in depression post-mania after being diagnosed bipolar type 1 when I was 21 years old. After coming out of a manic episode in 2019, depression followed for years and lack of motivation for longer than that. So my 30s, I was happy during COVID, being isolated, watching YouTube and TV on the couch at home every single day for hours and hours. And I actually liked that I didn't have to deal with any people and I was just binging content by myself at home. I went through that phase, and then afterwards I didn't feel like being isolated was such a good idea anymore. I think it's good to have some people that you meet in person, maybe some people that you talk to on the phone, even if they're not in the same city. And so the first thing that I did was I went to meetup.com or the Meetup app, and I found a Korean and Japanese language exchange meetup, or anyone who is interested in Korean or Japanese languages. So I went there, and the first time that I went, I hit the jackpot because after talking with a few different people and they switched tables, that was how that event worked. I started talking with a group of about 4 or 5 people, and there was one Japanese girl, there was a Korean girl, there was a Korean guy, and there was a Parisian French girl. And we all went for dinner immediately right afterwards and bonded. And so those friends, like I just saw them recently, just before Christmas, and I still keep in touch with them 3 years later. I don't see them super often, but we still meet up and grab a meal together and just talk about how our life is going. So let me just tell you, that was hitting the jackpot on the first try, but I've gone to that meetup a few more times after that in hopes that I would make more friends. That didn't happen. The subsequent times that I went afterwards, yes, I met some people, maybe got some of their contacts, but none of them were lasting, none of them stuck, none of them were reciprocating my interest to keep in touch and meet up. So even though I went like a total of 5 times, maybe 6, the only productive, fulfilling meetup was the first one, where I still keep in touch. And also that group that originally that I became friends with, a lot of them went back to their home country, to Japan, to Korea. So now there's only 3 of us left in that group: me, Korean guy, a French girl. So we're the last 3 remaining in Toronto and staying in Toronto. I've just been here in Toronto, Canada since I was 12 years old, and this is my home. But yeah, even if more people went back, I still keep in touch with the Korean friend. Met up when I visited Korea last September and October. Great to see her. She's really funny. I had a great time with her again. She wants this one.
제발.
제발.
She got it. 우와, 얘 귀엽잖아 이거 봐.
Oh, the 4th try was the lucky one. So yeah, these friendships seem to be, I mean, hopefully lifelong friendships, but they're long-lasting for sure if they've been 3 years and we're still keeping in touch. And then I've tried to make more friends. I tried a running club. Guys, I just did a running club, and there's a full moon after I'm done. Wow. Man, I thought I'd be completely out of breath in my first running club ever, but it wasn't that I was out of breath. My calves were killing me. My calves are on fire. So they're sore right now. I'm probably gonna be sore tomorrow, but nice people, and it was a good time. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I'll continue this every week, but we'll see. I might experiment with some other running clubs too. I heard there was a Korean running club nearby, so I might try that. And I didn't make any lasting friends there, but the funny thing is, at the running club, there was a guy who said there is a Korean running club. Well, he knew that I was Korean, and he thought that I would be interested in joining the Korean running club. But I didn't know how to find the Korean running club. So I was scouring the internet and KakaoTalk groups. KakaoTalk is an app that a lot of Koreans use. It's the Korean messaging voice calling app. And so there are open group chats in that app, and I was looking for the Korean running club. And instead I found other clubs that are just other group chats that are just saying, oh, Toronto meetup, let's make new friends. And so I joined a couple of those. And I've joined some in the past and met up with some small groups of people, some 1st and 2nd generation, 1.5 generation Koreans who are maybe more comfortable speaking English like me. I've made one lasting friend from that I still keep in touch with. But I decided to try joining a couple other groups that seemed friendly, or at least were willing to meet up and make new friends. So little did I know that the running club would lead me to joining another KakaoTalk group chat, open chat, which would lead to a meetup where I met 3 people, and that was in November of 2024, so just 2 months ago, and we just really connected. They already knew each other, and I was the new member in that group, but 1 or 2 of them started opening up, talking about their life and how their lives have changed in their mid to late 20s since they moved to Canada, making new friends here. They were using an app called HelloSpeak or something like that, where you have similar language interests or you want to speak more English together when you come from foreign countries, from different countries. So they've met using apps like that as well. And me joining in the group, I really bonded with them. And since then, we've met up multiple times and still keeping in touch. And we're gonna meet up again this Saturday. Just meeting a small group of people, or even just one person. Even if you just meet one person that you talk with on a regular basis and see on a regular basis, that can be life-changing. It can be truly life-changing for the better and improve your social life and happiness. And seeing these new friends again and again, having a good time with them, it's bringing me a lot of joy. And my 30s is turning out better than my 20s. Socially, mentally, and happiness-wise. And I forgot to mention, in my last video I also mentioned this, I made online friends as well. So even online friends who I am messaging on a very regular basis, almost every single day, that is also a huge boost to my social life. Even if I hardly ever see them in person, just having calls or video calls with them once in a while. There are people who are in their 30s who are happy with their friendships and they're not looking for new friends. True for people in older ages as well. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are also desperately looking for new friends, And the internet is a great place to find those people both online across the world and right in your city or town. So it's a hassle going out and meeting new people and being afraid of, is it gonna be another waste of my time? It has totally been worth it for me to try again and again until I feel like I've hit the jackpot. So 2025, if you're feeling a bit isolated, maybe make it one of your goals to meet a bunch of new people. Because you never might know when a friend stumbles into your feet. And of course, you have to put in the effort of reaching out and asking, let's meet up. You can't expect the other person to do that, but it is well worth the effort. So if you are going to meet new people this year in 2025, I wish you the best of luck and just keep trying because your odds keep going up each time. So you're bound to strike gold sometime in the future as long as you keep trying. 1% better every day, baby.
Look at Muffin in the bag. He has to go in. So cute. Mochi's been sleeping with me since 3 a.m. And it's 8 o'clock now. She wants to stay in bed. Happy New Year, Tigger. Happy New Year. Be healthy in the new year, Tigger.